This program was made in partnership with the Adams County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. The Adams County Sports Hall of Fame exists to honor those who participate in athletics in our local community and to celebrate those values that sports can serve to develop in those who participate. To become a chapter member and honor future deserving sports notables, contact President Joe Yeck via email jyeck64@gmail.com or by telephone 717-357-2147. You may also contact Ed Riggs by email edriggs78@gmail.com or telephone 717-357-0133. Hello again, sports fans. Welcome to a special edition of Sports Chat. We're here with three members of the Conrad family, who I will introduce in a moment. I'm Jeff Cook. To my immediate right, Ed Riggs, representing the Adams County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame. To Ed's right, our founder and CEO, Raymond Gauker, also a member of the Hall of Fame. Ed is as well, 2014? Mm-hmm. And Ray, 2024?
I don't even remember. I think it was 20.
Okay. Terry Conrad, what year? It was last year, right? So you're
2025.
The freshest class until coming up soon, and Ed can tell us about that. And then the two Toms here. Tom is a member of the Hall 2018.
Yes, sir.
And their dad, Tom Sr., maybe you should be in the Hall. I don't know. From talking about all your experiences, playing basketball and so forth. They didn't have a peach basket at that time, right?
No.
Okay, I'm kidding.
No, we had a can, and we tack it on the shed,
Okay.
and we had a round ball about this big.
Yeah,
That's what we played with.
Awesome. Well, go ahead, Ray, take charge.
Senior is 92 years old. I'd like everyone to know. And Tom was saying the last time you guys were together at the cabin, your dad wanted to play basketball, and that wasn't that long ago, right?
No, we were in my younger brother Tim's got a cabin up in central Pennsylvania, and we were talking about basketball. Tim played, my older brother Tony played, Terry played, right? And all of a sudden he chimes in, well, I played when I played so-and-so. And we all looked baffled, right? I'm now 68, right? Tony was 71, Tim's 60, 65. I don't even know how old he is. But that's the first time in our lives we've ever heard that he played basketball. Never said it. We knew he played football at DeLone, but we never, ever heard anything about him playing basketball.
Yet that was the big sport of your family, wasn't it?
Yeah,
basketball.
Correct. Yes.
Good old Dr. Naismith. Quite a game. I mean, I played pickup for a long time. Ed did as well, and a beautiful game. But we're here to talk about the Hall. What's new at the Hall? I think a new class of nominees is coming up.
We just met, and we narrowed 22 nominations down to 10, and then that'll go out to the membership here in the next couple of weeks for them to vote.
The top 5 actually get in?
Top 5 get in, and then we can nominate, we can vote in 2 deceased.
Up to 2?
Up to 2.
And there are only 2 candidates?
That's correct. So that'll.
And they're both very deserving.
It'll just be 1 though, since there's 2, because we have to have the competition in there.
Okay. Well, Ike didn't get in last year. I mean, he's on the ballot again. So
it's interesting
Barry
because
Jacoby has a chance to
Jacoby,
outvote
Big Little
Ike.
Bill. Yeah. It's interesting because when I first joined the board, we had a number of deceased nominees every year. And the last 3 years, we've only had 3. So.
But the other thing is the Sports Hall of Fame is meant to be interactive. It's meant to have local members, even if you didn't play sports. And it's set up that as a member, you get to have a lot of input in what goes on with the sports.
You do. If you're a member, which is $15 a year, or lifetime membership is $150 a year. A lot of people become lifetime members in the last 3 years. It's just easier. They don't have to worry about it. And then you get to nominate, and then you get to vote. You can only vote if you're a member.
And you don't have to be in the Hall of Fame to be a member.
and you
right?
don't,
Anybody
right.
can be a member.
Right.
And a lot of your board they're not in the Hall of Fame, and they just have a love of sports. And
Exactly. Yeah, there's two of us there, and Joe Yuck is in as well. He's the president of the board.
It has really been enlightening to me about the history. Once we got John Gabriel in a couple years ago.
2015.
And I never understood the whole Adams County, all the schools, right? I didn't know, 7 high schools total, I think?
Yeah.
And I'm looking around saying, there's got to be other guys we're missing. And one of the, I got a group of DeLone guys. I'm actually going to meet them tonight. And I asked them, I said, hey, can you bring some DeLone athletes who you think should be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, there are already a ton of DeLone
Yes.
and Catholic grads, and there are plenty on the ballot this year as well.
We're plenty on the ballot this year.
Chances are there'll be more squires or squirettes coming into
When we
the
need
hall.
to have a high number of people at the banquet, we induct DeLone people.
At first, we
DeLone people turn out like you can't believe. It's great.
But that's an indication. Oh, sorry, Ray. But
That's all right.
No, that's an indication of the camaraderie and the chemistry that survives. Tom, you said you're going to meet some of your old teammates.
Yes, sir.
And I'm the same way with my rugby teammates. I played rugby for many years, and it's like, all the years never happened.
And one thing we always did was look for the Conrads if we wanted a lot of people.
Yeah.
Thank
that
you,
paid
Ray.
off last year.
For
didn't
me,
it?
I think too, a lot of the local high schools that Tommy mentioned, everything, they have their own Hall of Fame, okay, an athletic Hall of Fame. DeLone does not, and I'm not saying yay or nay there. They have a wall of fame and distinction for lots of different people doing lots of different things. But athletically, there's no Hall of Fame. So this is a great chance for people from DeLone. This might be their only chance to get into a athletic Hall of Fame, and I feel very lucky about that.
And if you look at the people who are in the Hall of Fame, a lot of them have become leaders not only locally in the community, but have done national recognition type of service. And I think that is due to the values of the typical person who is on the Hall of Fame. To excel in something like sports, it takes discipline, it takes vision, goal setting, teamwork.
Sacrifice. You got to give a lot. You got to give up a lot of your free time. Like most athletes, you go back, and I'm going to talk about Ray. So I remember being on where the courts are in McSherrystown, right? Fairview Courts. We're playing basketball. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I got a couple guys were playing, and this guy has got a truck strapped to him. He's strapped, and he's going up and down the street pulling a truck to get ready for football season, and then it's August.
The
Right?
Beast.
And that
the
stuck
Beast,
to me.
That's what he was called, right? The Beast?
Yeah. So
know,
that's that kind of sacrifice
Yeah.
when you could be doing a lot of other things, right? Not a lot of people want to put that sacrifice in. They want to play,
Yeah.
but to get to another level, you got to have that sacrifice.
Well, not everybody is a natural-born athlete, but there are people that can become competent and good teammates and complementary players by hard work and learning how to sublimate their egos and do things for the good of the organization. So sports is obviously we're all here. We all have a great debt to sports. Why don't you two guys talk about your dad and how he supported you in your careers?
Well, I think, you mentioned some great qualities a couple minutes ago, Ramey, and Tommy jumped in there. But when you talk about, as a kid and being supportive and all that kind of stuff, my mom and dad, so many games that it came to, but so many activities that you want to be involved in, and they were always very positive about, you want to play baseball, you want to play football, you want to play basketball, whatever you wanted to play, always very supportive even up through high school. And I always think that about a comment that my father made to me and made, I think, to most of us in our family growing up, is like, if you if you want a lot of money in your pocket and all that kind of stuff, or you want to, go to work, because we're not going to give you a lot of money we don't have, which is fine. But if you don't need money, you want to play sports, keep playing. And the other thing he always said too, once you start going to work, you're going to be working the rest of your life. I wanted no part of that. I didn't want to work. I wanted to play, and I kept playing for a long time, which was great. But Dad, and Mom, God, if you could ever count up all the games, and especially when we got into college, 2 hours to Bloomsburg and 2 hours to a bunch of other places, and then down, he played at Old Dominion, which was, I remember Dad going to games middle of the week down to Old Dominion, coming back the same night, and other places as well. But yeah, all the support just coming from them just kind of kept us going, and made it a lot of fun.
I mean, he's it was always, you got a job, right, as a player, right? And we followed his lead, right? No matter what happened in our family, he was there. He got it done, right? Him and my mom. They worked crazy hours to make sure. We never had what we wanted, but we always had what we needed. Right? We might want something, but we weren't getting it unless we really needed it, right? And he's like that. I mean, and and our whole family, if you look at, I played 120 some games at Old Dominion. I think there wasn't but 10 times where I didn't have somebody that I was related to come to games. Right? The family just showed up. We had that support family. And then some of the best games we ever played in, right, was all my uncles would take Terry and I, and other brother Tony, to the KSE and just beat us. Right? Just beat us. We drive to the hole, and at the KSE, you had 1 inch before you hit the stage, right? That stage got pounded a lot by our bodies.
How many brothers do you
We have 3 brothers.
So 5 boys and 4 girls, is my math?
No, 4.
Two more brothers.
9 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 more boys with us, and then
And 5 sisters.
5 girls and 4 boys. Good balance. You didn't want to go for 5 and 5?
I think that's one of the reasons we were competitive.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. There had to be a lot of 2-on-2, 1-on-1. Were you
backyard.
beating each other up in the driveway?
backyard was,
Best fights.
best
Best fights.
And one of the things, talk about things we always wanted, we had a hoop back there and all that kind of stuff. We'd always talk about, it would be great if we ever had blacktop or cement or something down there. It was all dirt. And I remember him also saying one day, if you could dribble down there on that dirt and all that kind of stuff, you could dribble anywhere. And, okay, that's how we're going to play this game. We're going to play in the dirt and the mud and the snow and all that kind of stuff. But it was
great.
Yeah, it was
great.
terrific. Yeah.
And the whole family supported him. I got uncles, like I said.
Yeah.
We shoot with them.
Well, if you played right now, who would win?
He got no chance.
He jokingly, when he introduced me at the Hall of Fame, and something I didn't say, and he introduced me, and then the thing he said to me is, he said a lot of nice things, but then he also said, not too many people heard it. I'm not sure if the people at the table said, and but you still have never beat me in one-on-one. That's what he said to me. The last thing I heard before I went to, thank everybody. But yeah.
Is that true?
That's true. That's definitely true. Yeah, so.
He back you down or outside shoot?
He had it all.
Yeah.
He had it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Conrad, did you have a vision or a value or a theme that you wanted to establish within your children?
Not really, no. Just have to do the best they can.
So whatever they do, you're committed to it
Yeah.
and do the best you can.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel as if you were representing something greater than yourself rather than you on the basketball court?
Oh, I definitely felt that. You mentioned uncles and aunts and all that kind of stuff, but I always, especially when they were in the bleachers, and it was all, he talked about that, but it was always funny. I remember 2 things. Charlie Cronster, who's in the Hall of Fame and coached at Bloomsburg and came to
Gettysburg, didn't he?
he took my dad, my grandpa Conrad out to lunch one day, And somebody sort of comes tickets for games and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, it won't be a problem. I don't think he realized when he said that sometimes that would be 15 or 20 people, even at away games. But yeah, when all those people show up, you just kind of feel like, hey, this is this whole group I'm representing. And players at Bloomsburg got to the point where like, okay, who's coming to the game tonight? Who's coming to the game tonight? Because it seemed like every time we had a game, someone home or away, somebody. But yeah, I always felt like I definitely, besides the immediate family, I was representing the whole Conrad family.
Did they bring baked goods?
Yeah.
gosh, always.
Yeah, there was stuff in my apartment that my roommates would get to before I got to it. Yeah.
Mom, no. Keep it until I get out.
Yeah.
Don't let the other players see it.
Yeah.
It was gone. It was gone.
Well, some of the things she baked when we come to Old Dominion never got there.
That's what Terry said this, and I'll never forget thinking, okay, my first game I can remember it was November 29th. It was a Monday night in Norfolk, right? And that time, Norfolk from here, from McSherrystown, was a minimum 6.5 hours drive, right? Minimum. I'm like, Dad, can you just leave us 4 tickets? It was for him and Mom and my Uncle Bob and Aunt Deanie who lived down in Norfolk. So I'm like, okay. I figured they would stay with Uncle Bob. No, he had to go back home to go to work. Right? He left like 11 o'clock, drove down, parked, walked in, came to the game, waited to say hello, and took off and went home. I mean, and
Got up a
numerous
couple
times.
hours later and went to
Stopped
work.
to eat on the way.
Oh, yeah. So,
I'd crawl in bed, and I swear to God, it seemed like I laid my head down, the alarm went off.
but we had a whole family, like, that would show up like that. And Terry said it. Uncles on Dad's side, my mom's side, they were at all the games, right? And you show up, and they're like, of course, Old Dominion, we could only get like 4 tickets, and I have to beg other players. But other than that, Old Dominion liked the ticket sales. I mean, the whole family shows up. So, but
You had half the bleachers.
yeah, so I can remember one game, one Navy. We played at Navy, right? At Navy. We pull in the bus. Okay, I see a yellow or a school. I think it was. Would you come? There's another bus pull in beside us.
It was Lincoln bus.
I'm like, what? Who's this? Bus door opens. He gets off. My mom get off. My brothers get off. My uncles, like high school teammates, coaches show up at Navy. I think was it my senior year?
Don't forget Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa Conrad shows up. I mean, they all showed up. Came to the games. I mean, that's, like you said, that's such a special part of how we grew up.
And then afterwards, when we got into the coaching profession, same kind of thing. I mean, I'm coaching at Lycoming and Bucknell and everything, and maybe not as much, but at the same time, they were coming out to see games that we were part of the coaching profession, and they would all show up at different times and want to see our teams play. Which was
Asking for free tickets.
Awesome. Yeah.
Always asking for free tickets.
Well, they made the time and effort to get there. I'm sure that they didn't ask for gas money, right? So
It was great. It's always been great.
Oh my God.
So.
I figure I saw between 2,500 and 3,000 live games.
Wow.
wow.
I mean, it was 4 boys. They started playing in the 4th and 5th, 6th grade.
Yep.
Yeah.
All through them. And of course, when they finally get out of high school, and I thought, oh boy, I'm getting a break. Well, then the girls got into cheerleading, so I had to go anyhow. But then we end up at college and mostly up and down the East Coast, although we did go to Detroit when you got in the big dance that time, and down to Tampa twice.
Yeah, Tampa, yeah.
Do you have a highlight, an individual highlight of each of these guys? Anything that stands out for you with Terry or Tom?
They both had a special shot, I thought. Terry's was from the right corner. I mean, they could play anywhere.
And this was before the three-point line,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry he had a great shot from the right corner. Tommy had a great shot. He come down. Once he passed that 10-second line, it was whatever. But those are the two shots I remember the most for them. But they could shoot anywhere. But those were the two I thought was their best.
Well, you can't score if you don't shoot.
Yeah. And it was so many things. I have a hard time.
Great memories.
I think,
But he missed my greatest play ever.
Why don't you tell us about it?
He missed it, right?
yeah. Well, the snow
I can remember, okay, February 15th, 1979. Playing VCU, Old Dominion VCU were crazy rivals.
Oh, my God.
Crazy rivals. Richmond Coliseum had like 11,000 people that night, right? They're coming. Like, I had to leave them tickets. They're coming, right? So, boom, boom, goes overtime. I hit the last second shot to win the game. Like, I'm coming out, I'm saying, okay.
Did you see that?
Where's mom and dad? Where's that? Like, there's nobody there. I'm like, this is crazy. So now I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit. I'm like, so I go in, call home, and just because of like 24 inches of snow,
Is that all?
they stopped. They stopped short. They stopped in D.C.
No, Frederick.
Frederick.
We got to Frederick. And the lady coming in. I don't know where she was coming from. She's coming up on the 15, and she shoots up over the guardrail and lands right. There's a highway down below, and her car's sitting right next to the dropping down there.
Oh, my.
Well, then we ended up taking her home, and finally we saw a truck driver. And the truck driver said, "Where are you guys going?" "We're going to Richmond." "Are you out of here?" So that's when we turned around and headed home.
Little snow.
You said you didn't do much you didn't have a particular thing that you did to instill the love of sports. You showed up to everything.
Yeah, well,
The whole family came. I mean, that's something.
and I often think of that, Ed, because I don't know if my dad ever saw me play football.
That makes a difference.
You had to work.
It does make a
Dad
difference.
worked in the shoe factory 5 days a week, and then he ran movies all around. Fairfield, Bunnyville, Maturitown, Casey, the Academy, over in the NOAA, out at Irishtown. He ran, back then, he'd run movies and the place would be crowded, And it was crazy. So I don't remember him ever getting to one of my games. That's the one thing I always regretted.
I got a letter. I think I'm pretty sure I still have it. Like, I didn't, like the first 3 or 4 games at Old Dominion, I didn't play hardly. I didn't play. I was like, Dad, this is not it, right? And I got this letter, and it says, "Are you the first guy at practice?
No.
Are you the last guy at practice? You know all the plays? You know everything. You're a freshman, right? And, your ego is so big. I'm a freshman going to Old Dominion who had just won the Division II National Championship and had everybody back. Had everybody back, so I'm thinking I'm going down there to play right away, right? Luckily, one of the guys got hurt, and I did get to play the rest of the year. But that's always, hey, show up, give it your best shot, right? Give it your best shot.
And I think that's a good point, is that you should always be preparing for the moment you have your opportunity. And I think that's a sign of a real leader and a goal setter. You never know when you're going to have that opportunity,
And we can talk about him, but it's also our mom, right? One time I know I was a freshman. My older brother, Tony, was a senior. Tim was like, 7th grade, or 8th grade.
Tim was 3 years behind.
7th and
I was
8th.
4 years behind.
He's playing 5th and 6th. all 4 different practice schedules. We get home, but there's still, hey, dinner there, boom, 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 every night, food. Of course, we thought food was always served in aluminum foil because that's where we ate the whole year.
To go.
Yeah, let's go. But she was there, quiet, quiet, never, saying
so
anything.
proud,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
So proud.
yeah. And I joked. We would talk, and I think it's the Hall of Fame speech. I said, I wish my mom passed away like 10 years already. And she said to me that basketball was got to get you nowhere. She kept saying that. Kept saying that basketball will get you nowhere. Right? And then I end up thinking about all this when I was lucky enough to get in the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, okay, you know what? You're right. The basketball was part of it, but it was all this and all my coaches and all my teammates that got us to all that. And that's where it goes
You know
to.
why she said that? She wanted you to study more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I studied.
That's why she kept telling you.
Yeah. We stayed eligible.
Yeah. I stayed eligible. He did well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's 10 what I call legacies in the Adams County Sports Hall of Fame, including you two.
Okay.
There's 3 generations that are in the Hall of
Brains.
Fame. The Brains,
Nice.
yeah. So,
Flaherty's, Pat Flaherty.
yep, JT, yeah.
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 Yeah, because when Ray and you guys put this together, I started going over and looking like, okay, just trying to find all of the DeLone guys. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it is pretty important. And then, like Terry said, DeLone doesn't have an athletic Hall of Fame. So this is sort of like our part of the DeLone Hall of Fame right now, trying to get as many guys who deserve it that we think should be in the Hall of Fame. Because the nights were great. I mean, just showing up. And it's also the nights of, I listened to him. I missed his career. Right? Because I was in Norfolk, and then I got into coaching, and he was playing. And I was like, I don't remember any of that, right? But then listening to some of the athletes that come through, and you're like, oh, wow. I mean, it's a special group to be part of.
Was there any commonality between the people that you've seen that made the Hall?
Yeah, I think there's that inner strength, right? Of no matter how many obstacles we've faced, we kept going. Right? Just like I said, I go from at DeLone where I'm playing every minute of every game that's important to going to Old Dominion, right? And not playing hardly at all to start. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? You never faced this. Can you keep going? Right? And you listen to all the athletes. They all have that one story that all of a sudden, oh, you know what? This is going to take us to another level. Right? And people forget. We all think we did it ourselves while you're going through it. But I had great coaches. Starting in 5th grade. I mean, I remember doing some drills at Old Dominion that I did in 5th and 6th grade with Claire Groft. Right? And then I went Claire and Boomy Weaver coached me, and Jim Lavelsberger at DeLone. I mean, I was blessed. I mean, you got to have that drive, but you also have somebody to help you with the knowledge because you think you know a lot, but you really don't.
Jim Dooley, Hall of Famer.
Dooley, yep.
One of the 4 schools. He had 100 wins.
Yeah.
But, what a great guy. He did some guest analysis work for football, and he would always be worried about his players that were playing football that were basketball players. But you mentioned the dinner, and Ed, can you tell us about the plans for dinner this year?
Well, this will be the 25th Hall of Fame induction dinner that we've had since we started. We missed 2020, so 20.
Yeah, the pandemic.
Yeah, 2000 was the first. So it was the 25th, and it's on November 7th, and it's at Gettysburg College, and we try to get a bigger venue than we've had the past because
And it's a Saturday night.
It's a Saturday night, and we're trying to get as many inductees back as possible. And we're going to be honoring the Bermudian Springs baseball team that just became state champs.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be inviting them. So it's going to be pretty full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be a great event. Yeah.
Ed and I remember, and you guys probably do too, the old sports banquet
Oh, I
the
love
Gatesburg
that.
Times used to host, and they don't do it anymore. So maybe this will kind of take its place in that regard.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
So yeah, mark it on your calendar. It's a Saturday night, so it makes it easier for whoever's doing the story for the paper, which used to be a bear. I mean, it's like I just would take copious notes and do the story just top.
You're writing the story
type
as it's going on, right?
Exactly. If you tape it, then you're going to have to listen to every speech again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a challenge, but this year will be easier for whoever gets that assignment. But looking forward to it. I think we all plan to be there, and you guys will be there too.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And tell us about the website, Ed. We haven't really, you guys, I didn't ask you to spew your stats and so forth. I mean, we'd love to hear some of the highlights, but is all that stuff in the website, what the accomplishments are of all the different inductees?
It's all on the website, according to the bio that is on their plaque in the Hall of Fame.
But I think the goal, I mean, community media has partnered with
I'm just going to say that.
the Adams County Sports Hall of Fame, and we actually pulled the website together, and we're working with the Facebook also. And
A lot of technical know-how here at community media.
we have Mark Worley, who is phenomenal, you know, and some things that we're working on, and it will take time, is the ability for the person who became the inductee in the sports to actually be able to put stuff about them on there, like
Where are they now, kind of thing?
where are they now, stats, maybe some video that might exist somewhere that is some of the things that they've done.
8mm.
You know, 8mm. We'd work on getting that. We'd work on getting that so it's digital.
We have games that are
You know?
35 years old that we can still show. And
Yeah.
they've been digitized now, but
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you'd see a big difference between the older people and the newer people. You know, especially those who grow up that have the new technology where they can just get online and see their game that they played last week.
yeah, like these services like Huddle probably don't exist anymore. Or you used to exchange game films. Forget that, right? I mean, so.
The good part too is I did a nomination this year for a player, and I'm sitting at the house, calling around, getting all this information, writing it down. I'm like, damn, I got to write this down on this piece of paper and send it in. Then somebody, I don't know who told me. Somebody goes, you do know you can do your nomination online. I'm like, what? I can do it online? And people had sent me stuff so I could copy it and paste it and do it. I'm like, really? I spent a couple
This
days.
is the first year that people have been able to nominate online.
Yeah.
And of our 22 nominations, 8 were online.
Nice.
So that's good. We'd like to get to that.
Yeah, it was so simple,
Yeah.
you know, compared to
is.
trying to write it out. I mean, asking for recommendations from other players. Hey, tell me about so and so, you know, or coaches, and they email me back information. Like
Yeah,
the coach at York and different guys sent me information. I'm like, oh,
See what kind
I
of
can't
stats
write
you
better
can
than
get,
that.
right? You want
Yeah.
to try to get some numbers to support the.
Well, and it'd be
nomination.
nice if it became somewhat competitive too. You know, I'm trying to show data of what I've done, and then someone else friendly is trying to show the data of what they have done. Bob Mern, who's been an excellent coach for many
Gettysburg
teams.
football.
Gettysburg football, DeLone he's helped with, and Josh Zig. They have a gathering for some of the football players that
I've seen it on
that they-
Facebook.
yeah, and you go to that gathering and it's you know, they have barbecue chicken that Eric Zig and Tyler Zig makes, but it's every year it's the same argument. You know. I was better than you. Here's my stats. Where's your stats? And I think Darnell Johnson,
Darnell's on the ballot this year.
he's on the ballot. I knew he was nominated, but you know,
Candidate.
the whole
Friend
idea.
of my son, so yeah. But that's Darnell. Sorry.
That's all right. You don't have to be sorry. I'm just glad to be around you, Jeff, and everything that you've done for this community is phenomenal.
All right, okay.
That's
all right.
40 some years of making local sports available to the community. Jeff.
We've come so far. It used to be like 72-hour delay. I used to say the perfect prelude to Al, Frank, and Dan, like Monday Night Football. Now we can show the games Friday night. People in nursing homes can watch them, or in California, Aunt Betty, her grandson plays in a band, whatever. So.
And it used to be on VHS tape.
Oh, yeah.
And it used to be in the basement of the Century 21 building.
Dirt basement, I
Dirt
might say.
basement, yeah. When you come out of Giant, it's the building right across
There's about 10, 15 cars in front of it.
So you go down in the attic, and we had it that, I think it was...
We were like 2 hours a night.
Adelphia.
Okay.
We were on Adelphia
7 to 9,
cable.
Monday through Friday, that was it.
And we were going on at, you said 7 o'clock, right?
I think we had to plug in the tapes.
So you had to plug in the tape because that's when they opened up the signal. And you were there. There was another individual, Robert, I don't remember his first name. I'm sorry, but he was a great volunteer. But you look at that and that effort. I mean, Jeff, sometimes you just had the camera and you'd be filming and also
doing the call and keeping stats. That's not easy to do.
Writing the story for the Times.
Yeah. But there's so much that we can do for the community through sports, and it takes money. It takes sponsorship. So we're coming up into a new season, and we have sponsorship opportunities for people out there who would like to support the community media.
Inflation proof, sponsored game of the week. The rates are the same as they were 10 years ago. So
That's awesome.
And we have a new thing. We have the player of the week, and we're looking for sponsorships for that also.
I was amazed. We did this last year for the first time. I go down after the game and interview the player of the game. I shot it with my phone, and we would post it. We had over 100,000 hits. It's like the power of social media through the course of the season. Mm-hmm. We had a guy from Hershey High, the quarterback. He had his shirt off. So I don't know much where the hits are coming from, but it's amazing the power of social media. So I'm sure all of us are just grasping it.
Yeah. Well,
Not Ray,
the
but
greatest thing I heard, I was at I was scouting the game, and the president of the university was introducing the new football coach. And the first thing he said, I'll never forget, he goes, I want everybody to know, and everybody in this building to understand, football is not the most important thing we do here. Basketball is not the most important thing we do here. But both those sports are the front porch of our university. They bring in more people onto our campus than anything else. So that's what I think all the sports for DeLone, Littlestown, all the high schools. DeLone, I know athletics not the most important thing, right? But without athletics, I don't know where DeLone would be with the number of kids that play sports and want to play. If you took all them away from DeLone, that would be a hard hit.
Would you be taking fellowship away?
Yeah.
I mean, sports creates community within the community, and it creates pride, fellowship. When I was coaching at the college, there were certain colleges that Gettysburg Bullets would play that would do their best to diminish the recognition that they would get from having a good sports team, And
Swarthmore canceled their football team. They were too good.
they were too good.
That's
right.
And you look at the whole person, being physical, it is a tremendous part about being alive. I mean, there's nothing better than being in the best shape you ever been. There's nothing better. It comes back to something that you said, Ed. When we interviewed you, we have a lot of coaches here, and you were an outstanding coach and great for our youth. And you were, I think, in essence, what you were saying was being able to show people that they were able to do more than they thought was possible. And I think Coach Gassy was good at that at DeLone. But, that relationship the coach has with the individual, being able to have them build the confidence and be ready for the opportunity to do more than they thought was possible, that's what is the greatest thing in sports.
That is, and that's the most gratifying thing as a coach. And it can be somebody like you guys who went to the upper level and are in the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't have to be the best kids.
No.
It can be the worst kids. But if they went from here to here and didn't think they could do it, they've learned something, and you feel good as a coach, and they use that in their life. There's no question. You use things you learn in sports, you use in life. There's no question about that.
You change their character.
Yeah.
Build
it.
Yeah.
Build it or change it.
Right.
Things aren't handed to you. You got to earn them.
Yeah.
And you got to sacrifice to do that, And a lot of times, working as a team allows you to experience more than you would be able to do by yourself, But, as coaches on the college level, was it all X's and O's and whoever you recruited that made your team what it was? Or was there moments of interaction with those individuals and guiding them to build their character at all?
Well, go ahead.
I think there's a good combination in there. Certainly you have to have some very good players. There's no question about that. But when I think about my first job as a head coach after coaching as an assistant at Bucknell for many years, getting to Lycoming in college, having a group of guys that, accepted me, all right? They were happy about the change. And there was one young man who came into me and said, Coach, I just want to be on the floor. Just tell me what I have to do. I'm not going to score a lot of points. But just tell me what I have to do. And I think about that's the guys that kind of become the glue to kind of helping you
get rebounds.
Help you be successful because
The lunch bucket.
And this young man, Nick Tagliaferri, also after we got his 4-year career over at Lycoming, became a very good, very successful high school coach in the area in Williamsport. But he was that kind of guy, and then he kind of his junior and senior year kind of made sure everybody else was like that. That we're not here about me. We're here about the team. And having guys like that and watching them progress, I think is a big key to having really good teams.
Well, like you said, you got to have talent.
Yeah.
You got to have talent. You got to coach the talent. Then you got to manage the talent, right? People are like, what do you mean manage? I said, well, you have 2 guys that are really good.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to get them to play together after they just came from their high school where they both scored 2,000 points. So it's game management, player management, team management. Will they buy into what you're trying to do? Right? I was blessed. My first job, I had 7 seniors were going to be my first year. So my job that year was basically, okay, just guide them because I wasn't going to change the system, right? I mean, just guide them, make sure we went off and did, and we're blessed. We end up winning, going to the NCAA tournament, and having a great team. Now the next year, we come in, I've got 8 new guys, right? You talk about what a show. I mean, it's not even close, right? I mean, I learned you don't want to have a team like that. You want to make sure you recruit where you got a couple guys every year, right? But just the way it worked out with injuries and red shirts, those guys were all seniors together and worked out that way. So again, it's talent and managing the talent and getting ready. And Terry will tell you, I mean, as a coach, I get phone calls now from guys that I coached like 30 years ago, 40 years. I'm on a thread with 15 guys from a team I coached at St. Michael's in Vermont in like 1984.
That's great.
Right? Once a week, somebody puts on there in a thread. I'm on my thread with all my Old Dominion guys. Right now, most of them don't know how to do it, because they're all my age, right? But I told them I was going to my dad's house, and now you're going to tell us you didn't tell us until today, right? Stuff like that, and it's And that's what it is. It's the camaraderie that I'm petrified of what's going on in college sports right now, because that camaraderie is disappearing at all levels. And Florida has it in high school now. You can play football in the fall at A high school and play basketball at B high school.
Yeah, you could do NIL as a high school player. I mean,
It's nuts.
It's crazy. I think. I mean,
amateur athleticism.
it's gone.
joke.
Yeah. I mean, the best athlete. I mean, is maybe CYO now, right? But somebody's going to monetize it.
in college, free admission.
Yeah.
You know? Go watch basketball or whatever sport at Gettysburg, and it's free.
Well, what happens now is like D3 guys. Like if I was coaching in Division II now, say I was at Bloomsburg right now, I would have one assistant looking at all of Division III players within 100 miles of me. So, okay, give me the 2 best players, right? And when I'm like, if I was back coaching at Charleston Southern, I'd have one assistant. Okay, I need to know the top 20 Division II players, right? And just recruit. High school kids are getting left out right now. Right? They're getting left out because coaches are, I say it all the time, coaches are taking this easy way out.
Yeah.
Right? But again, then you got the administration and the alumni say, hey, why is it taking you 3 years to win? They don't give you the time. Right? They don't give you the time. So
One advantage of college coaching that I found is you don't hear from parents about playing time. I mean, for the most part, do you agree? Or did you have parents who would bombard you with requests for more playing time for their kids?
You would have them call.
Okay.
And my response was, did you go to practice?
Yeah.
Have you been to practice?
Yeah.
You call again.
Come see a
He
practice.
won't play.
Yeah.
That's the easy one. You call again, he won't play.
Yeah.
And a lot of times parents, they come to games and they don't even have that conversation with their own son.
Yeah.
You know, I think, did you ask your son,
Yeah.
how is he doing at practice and how's he
Does he
doing?
think he should be
'Cause
starting, or
sometimes I've come to the conclusion that I'd have a conversation with the son, he'd be like, you know, don't listen to my mom or don't listen to my dad. It's just, you know, I'm
They're
okay.
embarrassed
Coach, I'm
by it.
okay.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm okay. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But you listen to your dad and your mom.
Yeah.
And you talk about managing.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Conrad, you had a large family. You provided unconditional love. I'm sure that, without doubt, you guys felt that. What kind of management did you see that you might have needed to do? I mean, is there?
With these guys,
Yeah.
I gave up on them a long
Keep your sense of humor. You gotta have that. You lose that, you might be back in
Don't worry,
Well,
we
he
knew.
has it.
We knew when we stepped across the line. We knew.
Yeah. I do remember though, from a management stand, if you're talking about there were times that you'd be struggling. I'd struggle with the coach or something like that, and his normal response, or I hear a lot of times, Terry, if I was coaching, I might be doing something different. However, I'm not the coach, and the coach is the guy that you have to make happy. If you want to play some more, if you want more opportunities and everything, that's the guy. You do what he does, asks you to do, and do it to the best of your ability. And that's kind of how I felt like he managed the situations.
Which is not normal these days.
No.
It's like you respected the coach. You
Yeah.
respected that we put that person in that position.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be supportive of that individual. Or you get another one, But whoever you decide, because as coaches, they go through a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh,
time.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. So I told you I went to the NCAA. My team went to the tournament. My first year. 5 or 6 games left in the season. We're like in second place. My point guard tears his ACL. I'm like doing trying to take my best player, make him a point guard, move guys around. He comes to the game. You need to put Adam at point guard. I know he's a freshman, and we'll put Rhett back to where his position is, right? I mean, tried everything else. We never. The next time we lost was versus UCLA in the NCAA tournament. Yeah.
Who was on that UCLA team?
Let's see, Dollar,
Dollar. Yep.
Cameron Dollar.
Steve Lavin was the coach.
Steve Lavins was the head coach.
What was the big guy we couldn't stop?
O'Bannon, one of the O'Bannon
Ed
brothers.
O'Bannon?
Yeah, one of them.
Wasn't he the name, image, likeness guy?
He started it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
started it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
you're right. Yeah.
Dad was
Your biggest guy was what?
6'6".
6'6"?
Yeah, 6'6".
He was 6'10" or something
oh, he was
like
huge.
that.
And could run
and I
and jump.
think his arms were a mile long.
Yeah.
That was a fun
Randy,
time.
I forgot, who was your football coach?
Coach John Gasly.
John Gaston.
The nice thing about Coach Gasly was you never questioned anything that he did, not out of, fear, but you knew anything that he decided was solid.
Yeah.
It was solid. Any play he called, it was the best play to be called. Any decision he made, you believed it was.
I think it was kind of that way when I played. My junior year, we had Alex Bell,
He was.
who was great. And then my senior year, we had Phil Janicic, who had just graduated. He played in at Notre Dame, I believe. But they said it, and that was just it. I can't remember ever hearing the guys on the team complain about something they did. You just did it. He's the coach, you did it.
Well, that's part of the social media is, the social media is the devil to a team. I mean, it's just the devil to the
How
team.
can the disparity in income not destroy a locker room?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's happening today? Yes.
Yeah, well, like the offensive lineman. Well, why? I'm only getting this when the
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, in high school also, Gettysburg just had the young man, the baseball player who.
Taking Coons.
Okay, so when he was in high school, he had his own coaching
Oh, yeah.
staff around him,
Right.
which wasn't the Gettysburg coaching
yeah.
staff.
I talked to Eric Ketterman about that.
Remember?
He had to navigate that whole relationship. Yeah.
So there's another dynamic, and then
Yes.
then the whole idea of well, how does that play off with the common players, And I think as a young individual, the sports team might be the only opportunity you have to have a close relationship with another individual, where you're both supporting each other to accomplish a goal, and and that's where the lasting relationships come in. The lasting relationships come in. So you have all this other dynamics going on. I'd hate to see that opportunity. If I had to do it over again, I'd put more onions on my hot dogs from Texas Hot Wiener. No, but I do like Texas Hot Wiener hot dogs. I would appreciate my teammates more in that every play that occurred, I would be, we were like back in the huddle, ready for the next, but I would be champion what that individual did. And it would have added to my complete experience, but, we were focused, we were focused. We were in a trance, boom, but
That's one, Ray, you talking about that. That's one thing he was good at, right? He had the ability to make players around him better, right? It's something special,
It is.
right? You got to have, and if you look at all the great ones, they usually do that. They make the ones around them better.
Michael Jordan said, "There is no I in team, but there is a me."
Yeah. Or you're setting the standard so high, right? You, as a leader, you set it so high. Now these guys have a choice. They can come with you, right? And the good ones are able to convince them to come with you.
and help them.
Yeah.
And help
See the
them.
bigger goal.
We have a law.
We have a
We've been
law.
it's been, I think we have like almost an hour in the can, so you want parting thoughts, wrap it up, or?
Mr. Conrad.
Any thoughts, Pop?
Right here.
The
Last
value of
minute thoughts.
sports in our lives.
Any thoughts is
Who's better?
better? Out of who? Who's better out of the three of us?
Yeah.
Me all the
Okay,
time.
I see.
All day long and every day. Yeah. You had a
way
good,
to settle
you had a
that.
good
Yeah.
jump shot. I
You
know
were
that.
all good in your way.
I just see.
Put it that way.
But hey, we appreciate it.
But your mother could outwork me anytime.
So,
I think we had 125 foot of wash line, and I come home and all I could see was white shirts and white blouses from one end to the other.
Jock straps?
yes,
What's a jock strap? Do they still make them?
they don't even know what that is. So.
They had,
But it's great.
Slingshot, wasn't it?
It was,
they had one guy played with Uncle Dick that his jock strap was the same all season long.
we cut.
We're getting into
let's go.
the area of too much
Thank God we're not naming
information.
names.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not naming
Being
names.
edited,
Hey,
yeah.
thank you for bringing us. It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah, this is great.
bringing us back and being able to put this all together. And we're looking forward to November 7th. So,
I think the Adams County Sports Hall of Fame is doing everything they can in order to create fellowship within the inductees. You know, creating opportunities to get together, creating opportunities to share. And also, I think there's more and more thought to what can we do to support the future Hall of Famers and such. So, you know, I'm excited about being part of the organization.
Well, we're happy
great
to be
event.
we're happy to be teaming with you. That's for sure. Yeah, it's really been great getting our website up. This type of thing. It's great.
What is that website?
AdamsSportsHall.org.
Okay, thank you. Terry, any parting
No, I think same thing. Like, so positive experience of just been a short time for me being in the hall, but all the communication and now the opportunity to kind of help with nominees and everything is just get your mind thinking about your experience and friends and people that played different games, men and women that have come through, like DeLone and everything. And I you know, we've been to a lot of Hall of Fame inductions at college level and different things, you know, but I'm fascinated with the room that you have in Gettysburg that has all the pictures. And to go in there and see the names that you mentioned, Coach Dooley earlier, the John Gasleys of the world, the Charlie Cronisters of the world, and all the different
Gabriel,
people, John
yeah.
Gabriel, Pat Flaherty, all those different people in there is just, you know, it's awesome. So I know you mentioned Gettysburg College this year, but going back to that room someday with my picture and Tommy's picture, now joining that group of fascinating athletes, but also fascinating people, awesome people, is exciting.
Definitely.
I would just say that what makes a great community are there are people that are given a chance to find their full potential, even at a young age. You know, we need to nurture the ability for our youth to gain the confidence to realize the talents and skills that they are given and to have mentors that they feel safe enough to help guide them. And a lot of that comes from trying to find a passion in your heart. And I think no matter if you're in the sports or what activity you're in, encourage your youth to get involved, but you also get involved to help that individual guide themselves through the transportation and any other obstacle that might need to be overcome, so that person can have the opportunity to have those out. I mean, the moments that are great about sports are those times that you do things that you never thought. You don't even think about it. It just happens. But you have to be trained to the point where you can react when that occurs. And we're talking about this being able to happen in the creative sense with art, theater, music. So, you know, even though we're talking sports here, find a passion in your heart, whatever it is, find someone in the community, an organization or another individual, mom and dad, aunts and uncles, young kids also, try to help them out. Get connected in our community. Adams County is an awesome, unique place to live. So I guess it's your turn now, Ed.
I don't think I would be part of the board of the Adams County Sports Hall of Fame if I didn't write for the newspaper. And I wouldn't write for the newspaper if I wasn't a fan of sports. I've gotten to know, and Jeff can attest to this, you get to know the kids as you interview them, depending on what questions you ask. But you find out about their drive and their determination and how much the team means to them. You find that out when you're talking to them. And I recently wrote a note to an athlete that just graduated, and he's going on to college and he's going to do really well in college. And I said, I'm very proud of you for what you've done, but mostly I'm a big fan. You know, I mean, I cover you for the paper, but I'm a fan. And then that's kind of what this all is like you guys, you're fans of the people that you played with and played for, you know, and who played for you. And we're fans of the people that we interview. And, you know, it's just, like you said, to see somebody putting it all out there to do the best that they can and to do it for their team or their community is a great thing. And whether it's sports or being in a musical or being head of student council or the debate team, you're still learning all those things. That's great. So I appreciate this opportunity as well.
Tom talked about Ray pulling the truck, and not everybody has that kind of drive, but if any young people are watching out there, one thing that we're all looking for is work ethic. Who's willing to put in the work? Regardless of what you're doing, you're going to get back as much as you put into it. So if you can learn work ethic, and I think sports gives you that, you've got a big leg up in life.
Yep.
Grit,
Absolutely.
persistence.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right,
Very
thanks,
good.
gentlemen.
There you go.
A little group fist bump. Thanks for tuning in. We are Community Media Sports, and this has been a special sports chat. Thanks to the Hall for your collaboration, as always. Ed Riggs, Ray Gowker, Terry Conrad, Tom Conrad, and Tom Conrad. Thanks, gentlemen. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.